What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to save my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
All right, so I'm talking, and you said you're 27, how, ma'am? You're 48, and how old are you?
I'm 27.
27. All right, so I'm talking about self-love. This self-love that turns into selfishness with modern women. And I profiled Diane Carroll, who shared the fact that it took her to be an old woman and failing in 4 marriages before recognizing the reason she was alone is because she's difficult. Because she was difficult.
Okay.
Difficult. And then I juxtaposed that with Eartha Kitt, Catwoman, sitting in a garden being interviewed, asking about could she compromise with the men, and she cackled loudly and laughed like a mad woman with this glazed look in her eye. And I'm like, well, if these 2 women were some of the best that ever did it, what can you learn? So my theory, my supposition is self-love turns into selfishness, and it turns into alone. What do you think?
I had 27-year-old. I'll go next. Go ahead. Okay, so what I think about self-love is, if you don't love yourself, if you don't teach the person that you're in a relationship how you love yourself, if you're reciprocating that energy, returning it back, what's wrong with self-love? I feel like it's not selfish. You sometimes have to show somebody how to love you. And then these women that have been left alone, is it because what? It's because she found out she was the problem, or is it because she was messing with a manipulator who made her seem like she was the problem because he was unfaithful or...
See, I want you to notice how well, first of all, you automatically went to why the woman left alone. She was alone because she's alone, because she's hard to deal with. That's what the woman said, because she said she was difficult. That's what she said. So let's stop trying to make men be the fault all the time. And what I want, hold on. That's what I want to do, though. I want to have conversations with women who we talk about what's going on with women, and women aren't making the cause be somebody else. We're all adults, and you're responsible for your stuff. Now, you say it's self-love. You teach somebody how to love yourself. You teach somebody how to love you, right?
Correct.
Who taught you how to love a man?
My grandmother. That's that man, though. Everyone's not the same. That's that. My grandmother just told me how she stuck it out with her husband.
She told you how she stuck it out. What did your mom do?
My mother is divorced.
And your status?
I am married
Okay, how long have you been married?
for 3 years.
Okay. Any children?
I have one son.
Not with your husband?
No, that was my husband from a previous relationship.
Part of the issue with the way you came in the room is you seem to lack humility, because you're talking about you. Okay, how to love myself and teach somebody, but how do you love your man? How do you love your son?
I love them how I would want to be loved. I'm patient, I'm kind, I'm caring.
But do you understand that how you want to be loved is different than a man?
Yes, totally. We have different...
Then why would you love them the way you want to be loved when you're a woman?
Because the bottom line is about respect, mutual respect, putting myself in their shoes, caring, being empathetic, patient. That's basics.
Okay. I try to be kind of delicate with married women because you're already with somebody. Someone's chosen you. I hope it works. But I will be honest, overall, the energy you're giving me is same me first modern woman. And it's difficult to get along with. It's about y'all. And
I don't put myself first. I'm a mother, but honestly, like my needs are met last. Just being a mom alone.
okay, I'm just going on what you've said. Okay, what do you have to say, ma'am? Uh, 48. I forgot your name. Go ahead.
And you from my
Roxanne. Yeah, about things. I mean, I got a lot of things going on right now. 10,000, 18,000 people.
face.
Go ahead. What do you got to add?
You talk about celebrities that probably put monetary or material things above a relationship with a man. So any woman that puts material things or money first, they probably won't end up in a perfect situation when they get older. And they're not, men are visual, so when they get older, they don't have nothing to offer besides money or material things.
Well, why do we use celebrity?
I mean, because you get an example of celebrity.
I'm just saying, but why do we use them?
Why do you use them?
Dear, it's not just me. I didn't start this, so don't make that just me.
Okay, well, you just said Grace. You mentioned.
Yeah, because I don't know your cousin. It's somebody we all know. That's why we use celebrities. The reason we use we use what's
Hey, that's
we
real life.
excuse me. We use what's applicable. So unless you're gonna go and look, hold on. I really dislike when women want to try to argue the methodologies when it's used. We're the same generation. People use athletics, entertainment, sports as comparisons for life. We use people who have a common knowledge of, because you can't speak about everybody. And you said one thing about it. Well, if you put money first, well, do you watch my program?
Yes.
Does it sound like women are putting money first these days?
I see. I don't know what to say next because you get offended pretty quick.
Does it sound like women are putting money first these days when they're looking for a man?
You said we're putting ourselves first. Well, okay. I don't relate to those women. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, I didn't ask if you're necessarily related to those women. That's not the question. The question is, of the hundreds, the thousands of women that have run through my show, what do most women put ahead, resource or character?
Resource on your show.
It's not just on my show, ma'am. And see, that's the problem. My show is not a microcosm. And maybe that's not because it's not your experience. You think this is not the real world. It is far more real. I move around this country and it's the same. That's why I can take calls from Maine to California and get almost a similar outcome and similar result. And women who put money first, according to you, may have such and so forth. So by extension, even the women who call into the program who are putting resource, i.e. money first, Chad, am I wrong? I mean, does the logic not seem to fit?
No, the logic, you said it. You said show. This is all show. Women, let's be realistic. Women, it's at the end of the day, I want to be respectful, so I want you to speak. But I just want to say that this does not relate to the actual real world. Money, okay, money is just a tool.
What city or state do you live in?
I'm in New York.
Oh, New York City?
Yes, close by.
So you think what you're saying relates more to the real world than what happens with millions of people on the platform?
It relates to more real women, not the real world, but real women.
Who's calling into my show every night? Celebrities?
I don't know. Just I'm here and there. Okay, because this is off topic, but
Man, but before you do that, you keep saying so either you don't watch.
I do.
Okay, so
You say a lot of
But the women who call into my show, do you think they are a representative sampling of what the dating market is in this country?
Yes, I believe it is.
Then these are the real women. If it's a representative sampling,
That doesn't mean that because it's a representative sampling that it's the real women. It's just like
what does it mean? If it's representative, what is it? If it's representative, what does it mean? What does representative mean?
it means a lot of people think the same, but they don't represent me. I don't.
Okay, let's start right here. Let's start right here. This is one of these logical fallacies that women pull today. It's because you don't represent me or because you don't talk to each and every individual, it's not valid. Are generalizations valid? Excuse me. Are generalizations valid for a conversation?
If it applies.
Okay, if it applies. So in order for it to apply, does it need to be, it needs to be 50.1% or more one way than the other. True or false?
True.
Okay, so what you're seeing are generalizations that you may not apply to you, but it is valid. Just because you may be in the 1% or the 2% over here, we're talking about the greater percentage of people. And my thing is why I don't understand why women around your age are still trying to split the hair. Does it matter if it doesn't represent you? What I think, I think you should probably look at it and say, you know what? Why is this happening every night and I seem to be over here? What's the disconnect?
I know what the disconnect is.
What is that?
Truthfully, it's just people in general, just not just listening to everyone's following what everyone else is doing and not being true or genuine to themselves. So, of course, if one woman says, okay, I need this type of person, and this person is high in stature and popularity, then everyone wants to want what that person wants. But everyone, one thing does not fit for everyone.
Ma'am, where can you go where one thing fits for everyone?
They're on social media.
No. I want to know where you can go to where one thing fits for everyone, because that makes no sense to me. It never does when say one thing doesn't fit for everyone. Where do you go where one-stop shop is for everybody? Where is that? Where does that exist in life?
Well, you just said over 50%.
Ma'am, that's not what I know. That over 50% is not one for everyone.
I didn't know.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying that I'm trying to see, and the thing is, okay, here's what I find frustrating with women our generation. It's we don't have much life left. And it's like, are you married?
I was.
So you're not married now. Okay. Do you want to live the rest of your life by yourself?
No.
So what's the plan to get with somebody?
Well, apparently, I was with my husband for almost 30 years. My first boyfriend at 16. So to be single at this age is crazy because there's not relationships, there's other stuff going on that I'm not familiar with. So my plan is to maybe hopefully some I don't know. I just go with the flow and see what happens. With my own plans.
Well, that's a good way to die alone.
I got more,
That's a good way to die alone. And see, the thing is, you're going with the flow, but your flow seems to be you were in a bubble. And what you've described is people are just followers and they're sheep. So what? And I think that's a very, very arrogant thing for someone to say, especially someone who ain't been out here. But I let you say it because I talked about humility. But you're not, because you're talking about something you're not. You just how long have you been out here?
They go since 5 years. So So
5 years, but you were in a relationship since 16. So, ma'am, arguably you've been in a bubble. You don't know. And if the world, and to you, this sounds like, well, this, and I lived in New York, dear. Got news for you. You're the one that's the odd duck.
yes, yeah,
Right. So understand, maybe, just maybe,
old school romantic,
well, that's okay. But how's that going to work in this world unless you find, so if you're an old school romantic, did your husband pass? Did your husband pass?
huh?
Did your husband pass?
Nope.
Good luck with that. Old school romantic, out of touch. That's fine. I mean, hey, because I think it's interesting that I was saying this the other night, and I was saying the reason I don't date women my age, you're too difficult. Women, and that it is more than generally true.
I'm genuine.
I said your age, man. I didn't say you. See, here's the thing, ma'am. There's a generalization and there's you. If it's not you, let it go. I said your age. And the reason men my age don't tend to date women our age is because women our age tend to be difficult. And go with the flow is what we really want. And I think it's funny because if you go back on the show I did Friday night, I talked to a woman that was 52 and a woman that's 42. And you look in the comment section and you will listen to how exhausting it was to talk to them. Then I had a woman call in that was 23 and 24, and they were both like, thank you. Listening to you, now I'm on a better track because I don't want to be that. Young women are seeing the outcomes women today over 40 have, and they are rejecting them. They don't want it. So if that's not you, cool. But and if you're going to be dating, you need to know what the dating market is, because if you want to date age appropriate, it may be difficult to find a Generation X man to date because of the market. This is why I'm starting to see, I don't know if you've noticed this, but there's a trend, especially with women of a higher socioeconomic status in their 40s, they're tending to start dating young men. Have you noticed that? And why is it? Because they cannot date men on the same socioeconomic status in the same age range. So they got to date down. So anyway, okay, good conversation. I hope it works out for you. I certainly do.
This whole conversation showed the gap between how these women see themselves and how they actually come across when dating. Kevin kept pointing out the same thing. Whenever he brought up something they were doing wrong, each woman changed the subject to vague stuff like self-love, energy, being real, other women, celebrities, anything except their own choices. That inability to accept a direct point is exactly what he meant by difficult. Not being loud or rude, just being resistant, overly defensive, unable to accept general truths without saying, but I'm different. That mindset pushes men away before anything else does. When the married woman talked, everything was about her own needs, her own definition of love, her own image, but she couldn't explain how she actually loves her husband. That's the modern problem Kevin was showing. Women today know how to protect themselves, but don't know how to actually serve in a relationship. The second woman did the same thing, immediately arguing against broad trends because that's not me, even though she admitted she's been sheltered most of her life. Both kept arguing they were exceptions instead of acknowledging the patterns affecting millions of women, which was Kevin's whole point. His message was straightforward. Results don't lie. Women over 40 struggling with dating aren't rare. They're the predictable result of decades of entitlement, avoidance, and refusing to accept hard truths. Younger women are already seeing this and changing their approach. The women on the call aren't hopeless, but their habits of deflecting and making everything about themselves will make dating nearly impossible unless they accept reality, not what they wish was true. Kevin wasn't attacking them. He was trying to save them from a mindset that feels right, but leads to being alone if it's never fixed. That's the reality of it. If this makes sense, hit subscribe. Drop what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you next time.